contents of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may not.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Remember to check this book out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifan Shweki. Is you can also get it at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omunya. You can also get it at St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. It is right there. So check it out. All right, you rock. Good morning and welcome to Abona, the 103.5 FM. Today, the 23rd day of April 2024. Today is a Tuesday and the time is 2 minutes past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Abona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. Please stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to political broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the contents of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and a bank signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on The Guardian, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Sun, Daily Post, The Nation. This day, and if time permits, we are also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. How to Defeat Terrorism in Africa by Tinubu. Inspector General of Police chops for 100 billion naira police housing fund. World Earth Day. Group to save Africa $17 billion on pollution. Oborowori laments bad state of Niger Delta as Niger Delta Development Commission boss commits to region's development. Bayelsa Guba Tribunal reserves judgment in Silva's petition against Diri. Bayelsa Guba Tribunal reserves judgment in Silva's petition against Diri. Recapitalization. Issuers, banks compete for scarce funds under new NICOM. Inspector General of Police counters Tinubu, says Nigeria not mature, ready for state police. Shiroro ambush, go after killers, not communities. Human Rights Writers Association tells military. Shiroro ambush, go after killers, not communities. Human Rights Writers Association tells military. Afenifere dissociates self from Akintoye, Igboho over call to exit Nigeria. NAFDAC boss fake cosmetic operation in Lagos. World Health Organization partners Northeast government to improve mental health of vulnerable persons. Controversy trails Rivers politics as lawmakers override Fubara's assent. Pass local government area bill. Gunmen invade Rivers community, kill 3 suspected police informants. Review Lagos Calabar Highway project, fix internal roads. Obi tells federal government. Baptist Convention embraces famine for food security. Ogun records 12 suicide incidents in 12 months. Court remands a businessman for tampering with fortified property. Be magnanimous in victory. Ondo Group tells Ayedatiwa. Tertiary Education Trust Fund initials. Tertiary Education Trust Fund installs kidney transplant equipment in 6 centers. Police nab suspect over abduction of 2, killing of Babcock lecturer. 60 gallons to Olatunji Bello, a pragmatic leader. Phenomenal mother. Federal government considers 18 as a minimum age for admission seekers. Federal government considers 18 as a minimum age for admission seekers. EFCC's suit against Yahya Bello stalled as appeal court fails to sit. Terrorists kill 15, abduct married women in Castina. Federal government to resell discos under banks, ABCOM in 3 months. Family seek justice over son's murder by thugs in Yanapaja. Opumnebe crisis. Community condemns Degi's calls for withdrawal of police. 1,500 people benefited from free surgery program, says Abiodun. Adeleke's 2 wives lay claim to office of First Lady. Federal government transfers a regulatory oversight of Enugu electricity market to state government. FEM empowers African students with education loans. Fungi threaten Nigeria's position as second largest ginger producer. Ohaneze cautions NEF on allegations against Southeast. Armed youth attack Vanguard reporter. 4 others over land issue in Enugu. Nigeria Correctional Service says 70% of inmates awaiting trial in Kanu custody. Ade laments state of nation, urges Tinubu to make life meaningful. Stop importation of education. Chidoka urges authorities. Controversy trails fishing cultural festival in Taraba. Residents and motorists decry failure of a newly constructed road in Ogun. Bank loses sublease bid on Ikeja GRA branch. Edo Guba, INEC publishes final list of candidates. Activist drags Soludo Obiano Ngige to court for allegedly running councils with unelected officials. FEM urges Rivers communities to shun bickerings, infighting. CBN slashes customs exchange rate by 7.1%. Tinubu appoints new board for NEITI. Army dismisses soldiers involved in Dangote refinery theft. FCCPC summons Chinese supermarket owners over discrimination against Nigerians. Tinubu to visit Netherlands, attend economic forum in Saudi Arabia. Nigeria, IMTOs to double remittance flow. Cardoso, APC, court retracts order suspending Ganduje. Lagos crackdown on unsafe cables in Lekki. Police battling housing shortage, says Inspector General of Police. Bayelsa Guba, Tribunal reserves judgment in Silva's petition against the Edo election. INEC announces final list of candidates. Nigeria announces presidential 200 billion naira fund for MSMEs. 10th National Assembly to provide legal framework for artificial intelligence regulation. Federal government considers a pegging age limit for admission seekers at 18. Ebotokun, once Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps (FRSC) merged with police, army troops discover ISWAP bread factory in terrorist den. World Malaria Day. Expert advocates improved malaria data. Nigeria resumes a prosecution of Boko Haram detainees in Kainji. We need advanced technology to fight insecurity. Zamfara governor tells United Nations deputy scribe. ASU threatens to boycott resumption over violence on uniforms. Kwara Sube, Kwara SUBEB kicks off bid opening for school infrastructure projects. Nigerians paid 5 billion naira ransom to kidnappers in 8 years. Deputy Speaker, gunmen kill Babcock University lecturer, abduct two. Police inspector stabs man to death at Lagos Mall. Edo 2024, ABGA candidate Osifo warns against godfatherism, money politics. Nigerian pension funds operators in praises from UK leadership organization. P2B concerned over cost of Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Children must know, appreciate culture, says Votu Obada. Ignore Ganduje's purported suspension, Kanu APC. Rain wreaks havoc in Ogun, destroys electrical poles, vehicles. Bayelsa government wants its quota filled in federal fire service. APC primary. Ayedatiwa appreciates Tinubu for providing enabling environment. Naira abuse. Experts urge federal government to go after treasury looters. Group tax Tinubu on restructuring, once against Yoruba Biafra nation agitations. Alebiosu emerges first bank's acting CEO. Rights group decry incessant power outages. Demand Adelabu's resignation. Import slums 32% as dealers trade safety for survival. Savage titles. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to leadership newspaper. Equities. Market open week by 71 billion naira gain. Power outage. TCN 6 increase funding. Payment of outstanding gas debt. Despite forest gains, imports still low at seaports, airports. Foreigners, illicit arms driving terrorism in Nigeria, NSA. State policing, Inspector General of Police, civil society organizations object as Tinubu, Jonathan, Abdulsalami give nod. South-South APC confident of victory in Edo governorship election. Be wary of opposition elements in your government. Marafa tackles Amatawale says Tinubu needs loyalty, not sycophancy. Not central stakeholders demand return of APC national chairman slot. Northern elders are not paperweight. Marafa. Undo APC governorship primary, a huge charade, says PDP. Yaya Bello, observe rule of law. AYCF, NEN tells EFCC. Undo APC primary. Okay, supporters protest says exercise is daylight robbery. Why River State deserves international marathon? Ida. The Tigers forward. Divine Eke joins Rivers Hoppers for ball. Yusuf Ali FC cruise to winning start as 2024 Abuja Lawyers League kicks off. Swan gives Sirawu 7-day ultimatum to return official documents of property in his possession. Hand to Hand Foundation donates keys to Team FCT boxers. Liverpool beats Fulham to climb level with Arsenal on EPL Summit. Still on the stories making the headlines on the leadership newspaper this morning. Equities market opens week by 71 billion naira gain. Banks raise for April 30th deadline on recapitalization plans, strategies. Still on the stories. As arrest evasion, police detain ex-Governor Bello's female ADC, others. BDC operator defrauds Indian businessman of $737,000. African fashion, unique Ankara styles for every occasion. Tinubu to perform groundbreaking of a multi-billion naira Abuja Airport Garden City firm. And that's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. From the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Junior Pope Fufuyi gives survivor of boat accident 2 million naira. 200 billion naira intervention fund. Federal government begins disbursement to MSMEs, manufacturers, private school owners beg government on improved security, tax reduction, others. Foreign investment in stock market rises 168% to 118.92 billion naira. Kenya police arrest Binance chief who fled Nigeria. Court discharges ex-Nemasa's DG. Akpobele Kemi. Over 8.5 billion naira fraud. Police, Ogun government on trail of killers of Babcock varsity lecturer. Federal government urges oil and gas operators to leverage capital market for funding. Strange illness claims 8 lives. In Sokoto, 208 cases identified. Low investments, non-channelization, hamper water transport. Oyetola, low investments, non-channelization, hamper water transport. Oyetola, Inspector General of Police kicks as ex-president. Others back state police. FCCPC seals Abuja Chinese supermarket over discrimination against Nigerians. Ukwama, help. We are dying in forest. Displaced residents beg Oborowori. 2024, INEC releases final list of candidates. Campaigns start Wednesday. Tinubu advocates African comprehensive approach to combating terrorism. Tinubu unveils African counter-terrorism summit. Rivers crisis. Again, Assembly overrides Fubara's assent. Passes local government amendment bill. We have resumed the prosecution of Boko Haram suspects across Nigeria. Ribadu. Nigeria not ready. Marshaled for state police. Inspector General of Police. Japa, top 5 lucrative side hustles for Nigerians to survive in UK, Canada. Nigeria teenager Femi Ositade bags scholarship from Harvard, 13 foreign universities. US Supreme Court weighs ban on homeless people sleeping outside. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Federal government urges oil and gas operators to leverage capital market for funding. Foreign investment in stock market rises 168% to 118.92 billion naira. Tinkan Customs surpasses Q1 2024 revenue target by 139%. Finally, Enugu gets new test. Global artificial intelligence market share to hit $15.7 trillion. That's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. You are tuned to newspaper headlines on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 You can equally join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Still on the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Vanguard newspaper. We'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Bob Risky begs court to convert imprisonment to 200,000 naira fine. Two Boko Haram IED experts surrender. Troops destroy ISWAP bakery. Chinese chamber denies barring Nigerian shoppers from Abuja supermarket. Ogun student gets scholarships to 14 foreign varsities. Uniben attack. Labour Party candidate blames highly placed Edo government official. Pro-Wike lawmakers strip Fubara's power to appoint local government caretakers. Inspector General warns of governor's excesses as federal government insists on state police. Outrage over viral video of students being bullied in Abuja expensive school. Decentralized policing not new to Nigeria. Speaker ASU backs federal government on 18 years university admission rate age. ASU backs federal government on 18 years university admission age. Edo poll. INEC unveils 17 candidates. OK's campaign. Army dismisses soldiers involved in Dangote refinery cable theft. Tinubu blames illegal mining for terrorism funding. Win Bees distributes foodstuff to 500 Ogun women. Community decries epileptic power supply. NOGIG 2024. NMPC shine in tennis volleyball. Aiyedatiwa aggrieved Ondo aspirants petition APC demand primary cancellation. Autumn fumes as Alia alleges state aircraft missing. Ohaneze raises a committee to modernize Igbo apprenticeship system. Federal government safe motherhood initiative targets 7 million women. Delta bloodbath. Reps hold investigative hearing Thursday. Loma clears community drainage after Punch report. Lagos plans monthly reward for efficient LASMA officers. Hajj Commission sets Friday deadline for submission of state's pilgrims list. Court acquits ex-Nimasa DG Akpobelu Kemi of 8.5 billion naira fraud. Terrorism-related deaths drop from 2,600 to 200 monthly, NSA. Terrorism-related deaths dropped from 2,600 to 200 monthly, NSA. EFCC denies disobeying court order on Yahaya Bello. Para opens a bid for school intervention projects. Makinde swears in new customary court of appeal president. Lawyer denies appealing Bobrisky's convention. Tinubu departs Abuja for Netherlands Tuesday. Presidency advocates multi-stakeholder approach against malnutrition. That's the most you can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. We must look at state policing from multiple perspectives. Tinubu, it is not negotiable. Jonathan, federal government to review entry age into tertiary institutions. NEITI, Tinubu approves a reconstruction of National Stakeholders Working Group. President embarks on working visit to Netherlands, attends economic forum in Saudi Arabia. Jamb sanction officials for harassing hijab wearing candidate. Hands off Kano's case. IPOB tells Justice Nyako. Man begins 150 marathon ironing in Ebonyi. Man begins 150 marathon ironing in Ebonyi. In Abuja, pregnant woman, 2 infants die in General Hospital over doctor's absence. Court victory. My faith in Nigeria on chicken, says former AGF Adoke. Bayasa Guba. Tribunal reserves judgment in Silva's petition against Diri. Edo Guba. INEC lifts ban on political campaigns and warns our parties against malicious hate speeches. Ganduje's suspension. Kanu High Court vacates a restraining order sets April 30th for hearing. Bayasa Guba. Tribunal. We've taken this. Yahya Bello, why EFCC should trade with caution. Fanwo, Kogi Information Commissioner. Samuel Autumn, 63 years of uncommon leadership. Access, Access Pension reaffirms commitment towards PBMs for Nigerians. Art Bank, Sterling One Foundation. Lagos Food Bank to combat hunger, illiteracy. 9 Payment Service Bank to foster positive, productive work environment. Makajak. 5 Tier 1 banks gross earnings hit 10 trillion naira in 2023. Federal government to review entry age. We've taken this. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Sun newspaper this morning. NFF committee settles for foreign coach for Super Eagles. Happy with Rangers' resilience after victory over Hearts. These are confident in Rangers' chances of winning domestic double. Safety and recurring both mishaps. That's the much we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. From the Sun newspaper, we'll flip over to the Daily Post newspaper. UK can finally deport asylum seekers to Rwanda. It's called democracy. Trump defends trying to influence election. Individuals converted government schools to relief markets, event centers. Abia Commissioner, toxic, addictive as cigarettes. European Union threatens to ban TikTok. Hush money trial. How Donald Trump corrupted US 2016 election. Prosecutor Adamawa approves 4.7 billion naira for first ever stadium. Iran versus Israel. Expect more military pressure. Netanyahu threatens Hamas. Kogi 80 billion naira fraud. We didn't disobey court order trying to arrest Yahaya Bello, EFCC. Call for Yoruba. Is it from Nigeria? Unnecessary. Apenipere. Tinubu set for official trip to Netherlands today. OYSIEC begins training for ad hoc staff ahead of council election. State police panacea for crime in Nigeria. Minister. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Kano's trial, detention between a rock and a hard place. Abdulsalami, Jonathan, others, OK State Police, Inspector General differs. Tinubu off to Netherlands on official visit. Ganduje remains APC national chairman, says court. Clean Binance chief. Anjawala to be deported from Kenya. Court acquits ex-Nemasa DG. Abu Burukemi one order of 8.5 billion naira fraud. Obasanjo bells VC seek inclusion of private varsities in student loan scheme. Rivers Assembly overrides Fubara, passes local government bill into law. Foreign catch fueling illegal mining, terrorism in Africa, says Tinubu. Ugun government decries indiscriminate waste disposal. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Akinterenwa Odimayo, Edema, file petition at appeal committee. Agitations in North aimed at blocking Tinubu in 2027. AYCF. Insecurity. Enough of the talks. It's time for action, says Oni of Ife. Tinubu making a difference in Niger Delta. Ubuku tells youth leaders. Terrorists are not born but created. United Nations chief. We have serious housing problems in the police, says Inspector General of Police. Why women, youth must be involved in search of peace, security by ECOWAS Commission. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. When I go for a short break, when we come back, we'll continue on the stories, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. Please stay with us.
O setịkwala n'ọzọ, o ga-adagbu ụwa m, ọ ga-adị ebube. Otite mmanụ Chineke ga-ata agbọ, a ga-agwọ ndị ọrịa, ụzọ emechiri emechi ga-emeghe maka na ike ka ike gaji ịga njem. Oh yes, Tabernacle of Praise and Adoration Ministry wey dey for Gideon Ukwu don launch with their ogbonge program wey dem call Mightier Than All 2024. Isiokwu ya bụ Wounded but Not Destroyed. Ekwela ka akọrọ gị akọrọ, ekwela ka akọrọ gị akọrọ o, maka na onye ga-anọ n'isi ihe ọmụma bụ Apostle Dr. John Oka JP, onye ozi ụmụ Chukwu ji dị ebube. Ebe Sista Rosemary Chukwu ọ ga-eme ya bụ ya ga-akpara Mike n'aka wee nye ndị eluigwe ihe ha na-eri. Emisila ya tọọ. Ọ ga-adị n'abalị 24 nakwa n'abalị 25 nke ọnwa April, ya bụ 24th and 25th April 2024. Ọ ga na-amalite n'elekere 10 nke abalị n'ụbọchị ndị a niile. Ebe ọ ga-adị bụ n'ụlọ ụka Tabernacle of Praise Adoration Ministries dị n'Ogidi Ukwu, Anambra State. Ọ ga-adị egwu. You can't afford to miss it. Jesus bụ eze.
Join Divine Galilee Christ Assembly Mission Ogidi on their weekly activities for your undiluted word of God, deliverance, and unlimited blessings. Every Tuesday, prophetic service and deliverance, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Every Thursday, counseling, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Every Friday, night of vengeance, 9 p.m. to dawn. Venue, permanent site, former Buze bus stop, Edoma Estate, Ogidi, phone 0806 797-3760 or 0813-699-4615. For Asaba branch, every Monday is counseling 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Wednesdays, prophetic service and deliverance 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sundays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Venue, number 5, Andy Oko Street, Bonsack, behind the Seat of Wisdom School, Asaba. Phone 0806-595-2899. Hosts, Mommy Blessing, aka Anugo, the General Overseer. Come and experience the light of God.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebonadi FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be.
Government.
Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community, Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanishku, CSO number the first, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Emazine Ebonadi corner 24/7, 24/7.
Nwanne m ndị oyibo si home is where the heart is. Anyị wee bulie aka n'Igbo wee sị nwanne ebe ife ọma dị ụgbọ na-aga aga ka anyị na-eso. Nwanne every time m batara Anambra ka m nọ nwa aṅụrị obi m na-akụ resident Leofi n'Ogidi egbugo m. Nwanne they cannot disappoint. Ịbata na residency efunu rooms and suites luxuriously furnished. Nwanne ka m gwa gị nke bụ eziokwu, Residency Hotel nwere a restaurant ọ na-abịa ịbata dị asaa abụọ gị local and intercontinental foods and beverages ọ ga-abịa ilisie ido arụ. Nwanne ịbanyezanụ na bar where you are served with drinks, wines and spirits brewed in different parts of the world. In the midst of everything, security is 24/7. Residency Hotel, Leofino Gidi, dinner kilometer 13, Old Enugu Onitsha Express Road. It was Call them on 081 40 933 512. Residency Hotel, Leofino Gidi, Ebano, and
Country people, another wonderful opportunity don't land for you to secure your own landed property for better location with small money before price go carry you go where you don't know. This one na legit info from the stables of Robin Faith Concept Limited. I know say you don't sabi that name by now. Robin Faith Concept Limited now big name for this real estate business. We get the track record and we dey deliver for everything we talk. Now we bring you Blessed Garden Estate, phase 1 and phase 2. Now we still bring you Airlight Garden Estate and Unique Garden Estate. All these estates, the capital city of Delta State, and people wey sabi levels don't buy them finish. But no worry, because land no dey finish. And our work na to direct you go where you go get the best value for your money. This time, we don't carry am come your domot with the brand new Golden City Garden Estate, Otulu, just 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo local government secretariat. This one na confirmed premium estate when you fit get with small money, one no go turn your eye at all. Just 450,000 naira for one plot inside our special promo when they on now, from now till 2 weeks time. This estate dey for Otulu off Asaba Benin Expressway, just 2 minutes from Asaba Housing Estate and 5 minutes from Wichtech Group of Companies. Golden City Garden Estate dey for good location when be say na only 20 minutes e go take from Coca Junction flyover, 10 minutes from Asaba International Airport, and e no far from the express route. For inside Golden City Garden Estate, you go enjoy light and water 247. The environment clean and the day serene for you and your family with good road network and street light go dey shine for every corner. You no go worry about security because solid fence dey around the estate and security men when them train wella go man the gate 247. Please make you collect your own plot inside the brand new Golden City Garden Estate, because special promo dey on now. And for this promo season, you go get 464 square meters of land when be 50 by 100 for only 450,000 naira. This promo now for only 2 weeks, so no dull yourself. With only 450k, you don't become landlord inside this correct estate for we capital city. Call us today for 081 68 32 2403. That is 081 68 32 2403. I say 081 68 32 2403. Once you pay, we go allocate your land, give you sharply, plus give you deed of assignment, register survey plan, and government approved extension. When go show say even government confirm wetin we dey do, you no get anything to worry about. Now we dey run am. If you no get all the money to pay now, you fit dey pay small for the one wey they call installment payment plan. Whether na 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months, as long as you no go turn your eye, better payment plan dey for you to choose. Take advantage of this special promo when they on now unto say one plot of land wey be 464 square meters na only 450,000 naira. Because once this promo end, the price go increase small, and the promo na just 2 weeks e go last. Secure the future for you and your family. Buy your own land today. Make yourself become landlord inside the new Golden City Garden Estate, Otulu, when be only 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo local government secretariat. Come our office when they inside the Mock petrol station, kilometer 8, Asaba Benin Expressway, Asaba, Delta State. Or call us on top 081 68 32 2403. That is 081 68 32 2403. I say 081 68 32 2403. Now, Robin Fave Concept Limited, they develop Golden City Garden Estate.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. We are on to the Nation newspaper. Why women, youth must be involved in search of peace, security by ECOWAS Commission. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps rescues 10 suspected victims of human trafficking. 8 things to know about Nigerian school that charges 42 million naira per annum. Federal government to resell these schools under banks AMCON in 3 months. And that's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. From the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. In historic move, NERC transfers regulatory oversight to Tinubu Electricity Commission. Tinubu, external funding, fueling illegal mining, terrorism in Africa. Marketers lament as 45% banks, CRR hampers buying products in cargoes from Dangote refinery. Ex-British envoy urges Nigeria to reject IMF's projected low economic ranking. DMO, Nigeria working on details of proposed dollar-dominated local bond. Marketers lament we've taken this. Ex-British envoy urges Nigeria to reject IMF's projected low economic ranking. Alake hails Nasarawa government on lithium factory, mining development. Obaseki to launch Edo water transportation system next month. Abbas, National Assembly planning law to regulate artificial intelligence in Nigeria. Chibok girls, 10 years after, matters arising. Federal government seeks new buyers for schools under receivership within 3 months. Federal government seeks new buyers for schools under receivership within 3 months. That's the much we can take from these food items to Cameroonian refugees in Cross River. Group launches fact-checking platform to counter fake news. Lawyer denies appealing Bobrisky's conviction. Governor Bala directs immediate release of counterpart funds for UNICEF intervention. Student loan. Private universities, students should be included. Obasanjo. Governor Oborowore urges a collaborative approach to tackle Niger Delta challenges. 2024 Hajj, NACON gives ultimatum for submission of pilgrims grouping lists. Naira abuse. Bobrisky files notice of appeal, challenges conviction. Repentant bandits turn in weapons in Plateau. Non-governmental organization Rise AGF recommends integration of technology, others in justice delivery. Presidency rallies interfaith clergy, others to tackle Nigeria's malnutrition. Why Nigeria needs a state police, Ababio. We need advanced technology to fight insecurity. Zamfara governor tells United Nations. Alake commends Nasarawa government on lithium factory, mining development. That's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. We'll now flip over to our WhatsApp portal for reactions. On our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Augustine Ezewaka from Umu Ezeumachi, and he says among the 7 coaches shortlisted for the Super Eagles job, which includes Sondo Lise, Emmanuel Amunike, Finidi, George, etc. Amunike is the most qualified for the job. The reason the 3 coaches, though, were among the USA 94 and Tunisia 94 AFCON winning team, but Amunike won the 1994 African Footballer of the Year. He coached under 17 to second World Cup victory. Then, after this, he was invited by Tanzanian government to coach their national team, where he qualified them for their second AFCON appearance after 38 years. The Tanzanian government rewarded him with 5 plots of land at the capital city, which coach in Nigeria has ever achieved such feat. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from, I think, okay, this one is coming from Comrade Manli Oduago from Odumobosi, and he says, our leaders of today are into a corruption rat race, seriously competing for the position of the most corrupt person in Nigeria. The past governor of Kogi State and former CBN governor Godwin Emefiele, who took undue advantage of past President Muhammadu Buhari's ignorance in financial system and controls, and carted away with billions of dollars via establishment of fictitious companies. Frankly speaking, Nigeria as a nation has neither been blessed with charismatic leadership universally acclaimed or generally acceptable to all, nor has Nigeria been fortunate to have such a great leadership imposed on her. A charismatic leader must fire the imagination of the people and reflect the collective ego with pride. There is no historical necessity for this to happen in a heterogeneous society such as Nigeria. But if it did, it will assist the process of restoring national self-confidence and arresting further decline of the nation. Comrade Manli Oduago from Odumobosi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one. It's coming from Engineer Ebuka Joshua. He's joining us from 33, and he says, Inspector General of Police kicks as ex-president orders back state police is a welcome development as to fight insecurity. Ukwama displaced residents beg Oborowori to help them. That day we are dying in forest. He who fetch a firewood and begs for visit. Well, let governor come to their assistance. He continued and says FCCPC seals Abuja Chinese supermarket over discrimination against Nigerians is a welcome development. How can you prevent country citizens from patronizing you unless something fishy is going on inside there? Fufuyin gives survivors of Shino Pope boat accidents 2 million naira is a welcome development. That's kind of him. Engineer Ebuka Joshua Dawson from 33. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one that says, okay, it is coming from Agonabo. He's joining us from Ofa Aguluzibo. And he says, Army and terrorist saga. Troops find out terrorist bandits hideout is a welcome development, and we commend them for the jobs well done, for the job well done, and the killing and the kidnapping in Nigeria is boiling point of the country. And Okwama, he says, Okwama saga, let the well-meaning Nigerians urge the soldiers to leave the territory and let the Delta flight return home on peace. Okay, and the army to disclose the army that is involved in Dangote cable theft is indeed a welcome addition to the soldiers, and more efforts to fish out some rotten eggs among them and who steal with terrorist bandits among them. And he says, Nnamdi Kanu saga, not only calling for Binta Nyako with the federal government to hands off by releasing him unconditionally and state police wahala. Not that we are not matured enough to handle the state police, but the capacity to fund them. And the unsolicited advice and corruption and cashing with federal policy we are watching as things unfold. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one. It is coming from I think this is coming from Waloto Patrick from Unteje, and he says, one thing still baffles me. How can Inspector General of Police say that Nigeria is not ripe for the state police? I don't know whether he was saying his opinion or the opinion of Nigerians. If he intended to be saying the minds of Nigerians, he is absolutely wrong. How can somebody like Inspector General, okay, counter the opinion of notable Nigerians, including the President of Nigeria, who has already given nod to state police? Does it mean that the Inspector General of Police is an embodiment of knowledge of the Nigerian security challenges, or maybe because he is an incumbent Inspector General of Police, he wouldn't want the narrative to be changed until after his tenure? Whatever may be the case, I will advise the Inspector General of Police to have a rethink and join the progressives who want this country to be lifted from her current state of quagmire. Again, let the governor of Anambra State begin to make arrangements for the conduct of local government election, because I remember vividly that during his inaugural speech on assumption of office, he promised to conduct local government election within 2 years of his administration, so that the activists are right by dragging both the past and present governors of Anambra State to court for non-conduct of local government elections. This is coming from Waloto Patrick from Unteje. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a message. It is coming from Comrade Manli Oduago. And he says, one thing still baffles me. How can Inspector General of Police say that Nigeria is not ripe for the state police? I don't know whether he was saying his opinion or the opinion of Nigerians. If he intended to be saying the minds of Nigerians, he is absolutely wrong. How can somebody like Inspector General of Police say that Nigeria is not ripe for the state police? Does it mean that the Inspector General of Police is an embodiment of knowledge of the Nigerian security challenges, or maybe because he is an incumbent Inspector General of Police, he wouldn't want the narrative to be changed until after his tenure? Whatever may be the case, I will advise the Inspector General of Police to have a rethink and join the progressives who want this country to be lifted from her current state of quagmire. Again, let the governor of Anambra State begin to make arrangements for the conduct of local government election, because I remember vividly that during his inaugural speech on assumption of office, he promised to conduct local government election within 2 years of his administration, so that the activists are right by dragging both the past and present governors of Anambra State to court for non-conduct of local government elections. This is coming from Waloto Patrick from Unteje. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. This one is coming from Tima and from Ifitenando. And he says, the creation of state police will not offer solutions to insecurity, but establishment of well officers are exposed. They will remain threats. If we expose them, crimes will be reduced to its barest minimum. T-Man from Ikem Ifite Nando. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Honorable Obasi, aka Authority is more than power. And he says, activate a drug governor. Okay, and he says, activate drug Governor Soludo to court. Okay, activist drags Governor Soludo to court over not conducting the local government election in Anambra State is a welcome development because um, conducting of local government election is an obligation, and one of the promise made by Governor Professor Chukwumacha Soludo during the election and campaign, and I am also pleading to Governor Soludo's solution to conduct local government election in Anambra State so that it will show as a deterrent to others, and that will also improve Governor Soludo's political career in Nigeria, because truth is life. May God help Anambra. We got a message from Honorable Osakwe, and he says the terrorists are now building their own factory in the forest. It is now clear that the bandits have come to stay. The Boko Haram members that are surrendering are disguising for a new strategy. The nation is now in dilemma as there is no tangible plan to ameliorate the plight of suffering poor Nigerians. All we need in this nation now is to settle for foreign experts, and that will overhaul the nukes and decay carries of this sinking nation. We are watching as things unfold. And he continued and says, the Tinubu regime did in less, okay, things the Tinubu regime did in less than 1 year in office is to make life miserable for Nigerians. There is hike in everything. To think of that, to make almost everybody to become a beggar. If 10 people call you on phone, 5 are calling for assistance due to hunger at a small loaf of bread that was a family. A small loaf of bread that was formerly 300 naira now is 1,000 naira. For and electricity has become gold. A plate of mama put has become 1,000 naira. A cup of beans and rice cost between 350 naira. The nation is now witnessing the most unprecedented moment since its creation. How is from Onitsha? And he says state police is recommendable to avert insecurity in Nigeria. Federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now we have this one that says it's coming from Boniface Chudubem John Paul, chatting from Delta State, and he says, "I really want to appreciate your tremendous and tireless efforts towards bringing me and the general public up to speed with the day-to-day happenings in this very country. We continue to hope for the country, which most of us have ever desired. We continue to be hopeful as things unfold. So may God continue to see us through." Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one. It is coming from, I think he says, Nigeria is very matured enough to state police, but Inspector General of Police is afraid of separation of power. Besides, he won't be controlling police commissioners anymore for the fact that all states will have power to install commissioner and others. Valentine Edene from, well, he continued and says, and for student loans, private universities are not supposed to be included so that it will stand as benefits or advantage to those enrolled government university. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one. It's coming from Pauline Wizu from Onitsha. And he says EFCC and Yahaya Bello is making drama, and same drama is happening in Kanu between Ganduje and Kanu state government. The mother of all drama is corruptions. Just to cover it up, we are suffering in the hands of politicians in Nigeria. Pauline Wizu from Onitsha. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one that says, I concur with Zamfara governor on the statement that Nigeria needs technology to tackle insecurity. If our leaders are sincere on fighting insecurity, then employment of modern technology is paramount. One of the reasons why Nigeria government is afraid of using technology is involvement of politicians in some of the insecurities. Kenneth Ndubisi Okafor from Umueze, Umunachi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Obiora from Okozo, and he says, Igboho and Akintoye wrote for Yoruba's exit from Nigeria. It is a wise decision and welcome development because since the resistance, okay, we won't be support of that. But he says, except civil war and all of that, which tribe is the first class citizens? Intimidation. Okay, but thank you so much for joining us this morning, Obiora from Okozo. Now we'll flip over to our Facebook portal for more reactions. On our Facebook portal, we have this message. It's coming from the youngest Frayo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Joshua Dawson on our Facebook portal says that the activists that sued, okay, he said that the state policing, Inspector General of Police, civil society organizations object as Tinubu Jonathan Abdulsalami gives nod to, state police. He says that it is a welcome development. Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri says the creation of state police will not offer solutions to insecurity, but establishment of well-organized vigilante groups at community levels. Criminal elements live and interact with the people, and unless their activities are exposed, there will remain threats. If we expose them, crimes will be reduced. Policemen have not been effective in policing their communities as they should their kits and canes. This calls for moral and ethical reorientation. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara. Well, this is the spot where I will call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning. Once it's 7 o'clock. So keep a date. And don't touch the dial of Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Once it's 8:20 this morning, we'll be back with Birthday Splash. Till we meet again, I am Martin. Have a wonderful morning.
nwanne m ndị oyibo si home is where the heart is. Anyị wee bulie aka n'Igbo wee sị nwanne ebe ife ọma dị ụgbọ na-aga aga ka anyị na-eso nwanne every time m batara Anambra ka m nọlụ nwa aṅụle obi m na-akụ resident Leofi n'ogidi egbugo m nwanne they cannot disappoint. Ịbata na residency ịfụnụ rooms and suites luxuriously furnished nwanne ka m gwa gị nke bụ Residency Hotel where a restaurant on Abe Batade Asavwagi, local and intercontinental foods and beverages Ogabilisie, Idoaro, one neighbor is on a bar where you are served with drinks, wines, and spirits brewed in different parts of the world. In the midst of everything, security is 24/7. Residency Hotel, Leofino Gidi, Dinner Kilometer 13, Old Enugu Onitsha Express Road. Call them on 081 40 512. Residency Hotel, Leofino Gidi, Ebano, and
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebonadi FM, who will? As the happening around us gets as complicated as they can be.
Government.
Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community. Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanishku, as number the force every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Epona 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Emas Nebona the corner 24/7.
Family is the foundation of the society. Now, never now, the 103.5 FM, wherever I got it,
Papa, Mama, na Umuaka, Makemata, Ike Bastalo Ezinuno, Soyalo, classic lady.
Classic lady.
Never on the 103.5
FM. No girl, the amazing woman. Every every Tuesday na Friday 3 to 4 p.m.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebonade 103.5 FM with Martin Ifan Shukwu every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonade 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a day.
Biko nwanne m bekene ka m jụọ gị kedu ebe m ga-enweta ezigbo MC maka mmemme a na-akwado?
Ị ka na-ajụ ajụ kpọọ Shaka Shaka the latest MC in town ka occasion gị anwa bụrụ ịgba. Ị na-achọ ezigbo MC maọbụ DJ na agbamakwụkwọ go, agbamnkwụ go, child dedication go, imepe ụlọ, ọ bụzi ụmụ akwụkwọ na-eme graduation maọbụ end of the year party. Shaka Shaka bịa na mmemme ahụ. Ị mara na I love you bụ Selekusi. Kpọọ ya n'akara ekwentị ndị a
09022670547 maọbụ WhatsApp.
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifan Shukwu. All right, you rock.